Hey everyone, Krystle Eater here with Mission Pet Supplies in Amelia Bay Country Store. And it is Saturday, and now Saturday is our new Coffee with Krystle. And today I have a very special guest who should be chiming in soon, hopefully. It'll be the first time that I have a special guest that is chiming in from a different location. So he should be asking at some point me whether he can chime in, and then he will be chiming in. This special guest is going to be talking to us about this new food, which is Petcurean Summit. And I am so excited to have it here. It is a fantastic product that has an affordable price point. And so I'm so excited to share it with you. Hello, Aunt Gwen. Good morning. And so he's going to be coming on, and he's going to be talking to us about the features, benefits, why you should choose it. And guys, we have a coupon that we are featuring starting this week, and it only goes until August 1st. That's going to be giving you a free 5-pound bag to try. Like, what? Oh, there he is. Hold, please. Let's see. Approve. They subs and invite. They cannot join your broadcast at this time. Huh. Okay, Charles, if you're watching, Chuck, if you're watching, send me another request, because for some reason it's not. Ask to join, send invite. Okay, hold on. We're trying to figure out how to get this guy approved, allow viewers to request to join you on video. Why can't I allow him on? Well, we might not have Chuck on this morning because I can't figure out on my end why he is not able to join me now. All right, so anyway, friends, if I don't get to talk to him, then oh, wait a minute. There's the product. He's going to try one more time, and then we will see. He might not be joining me. I sent it. I know, Chuck. I know you sent it. It's asking me to ask you. Bring them on videos and invite. Oh, guys, I think I figured it out. Wait, just a tick. This is going to be exciting. You guys are here for the first time. Okay, anyway. And we've been at the Mason Dixon Fair. Oh my gosh, we figured it out.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Almost had some technology fail.
Oh, and you're the first time I've ever done this. So this is fun. This is exciting, everyone. Okay, so introducing Chuck from Petcurean. So welcome. Good morning.
Good. Doing?
I'm doing fantastic, and I have kittens actually right behind you. We just brought in more kittens up there. So, there it is. And then we have more kittens over here. So you might hear some pouncing right behind you. It's okay, because they're available for adoption if anybody needs to know. So, all right, my friend, thank you for joining me this morning. So tell me, when did Petcurean first start? How long has it been out for? Just the brand as a whole?
So the brand and the company as a whole started in Canada in the late 90s. And so we've been around since then. We launched in the United States in the early 2000s and have been camping out and hanging out here since.
Very cool. And so Summit is one of the brands underneath of Petcurean. So tell us about what is so great about Summit?
So Summit was one of the first brands that we launched up in Canada. And, you know, that was birthed as a way to get customers, consumers, you know, pet parents, dogs, cats, a more natural diet than what was being offered at the time, with a little bit more, you know, stringent requirements, manufacturing processes, formulations, and things like that.
Very cool. So I'm pretty amazed at the price point, which is what?
So our price point is $39.99 for a large bag, which is cray-cray, especially nowadays, especially in the natural market. You know, for people who've been paying attention over the past, you know, call it 2 years, specifically the past, 14 or so months, inflation has been really rampant, right? And, prices of everything have just been skyrocketing through the roof, including, pet food. And, if people are looking in that realm and they're shopping in, department store, grocery stores, mass stores, and they're not visiting pet specialty, they're really, really missing out, because you're going to find much better product lines in pet specialty, and especially in the Summit line, which is an all-natural product. And it's pretty safe to say that 99.9% of the pet foods that are being sold, outside of that realm in those channels that I had just mentioned, are not all natural and are corn ridden or have some alternative ingredients that, dogs and cats can't digest and don't thrive. And that's really what we want for our pets, right? We want them to thrive. We want them to be happy. We want them to be healthy. And as pet owners, cleaning up less poop is kind of cool as well, right? And when you're on a better food, you're going to clean up less poop.
And who doesn't love cleaning poop?
Right? I mean, the less we can clean, I kind of feel the better, right? And it's
absolutely
a job. excuse me, an hour job. It seems like on a regular basis, you have to talk about stool quality, right? That's one of the biggest indicators of, is a dog and a cat's diet healthy? And I think there's a lot of consumers out there that don't realize this fact.
Yeah.
And so, as they're going through their daily routine with their animals, they're just kind of, scooping and not really paying attention to what they're scooping. And, I think that's one thing we have to make sure that they're aware of, because that is a pretty good indicator of, either the success or the failure of their diet, and an indicator of their gut health. And gut health is super important because it contributes to about 70% of the overall immune health of the pet.
So the ingredients are better than your average, grocery store brands.
Right. So, your average grocery store brand, is going to have, either some kind of corn or some kind of other non-digestible ingredient, some byproduct meal. And unfortunately, often there's artificial ingredients in there. The Petcurean Summit line is corn-free, gluten-free, it's wheat-free, it's all natural product. It's actually a European Union certified brand. And for people that might not be familiar with that, the European Union standard is one of the most stringent, if not the most stringent, certification to obtain, maintain worldwide pet food. So, from a QC perspective, from quality perspective, it's 100% on point. And some of the other benefits are, it has to be all natural. The ingredients have to be GMO free. The ingredients have to be fit for human consumption at the time of production. So you're getting all these extra quality standards in the bag, and you're getting, a higher elevated, more nutritional food. The proteins that we use are top notch. That contributes to palatability, digestibility, overall health. All of the things that we're doing in this food, in this bag, work synergistically together to optimize the performance of the pet and the health of the pet from a dietary perspective.
I love it. So then how did it get to the price point that it is, if it is all these amazing things? How are we pulling off that kind of price?
So because we are in charge of making our own foods, because we've been around for such a long time, we have great relationships, still some original relationships with our suppliers from, say, 20 plus years ago. And what we did is we came up with a unique protein mix for Summit as a brand. Most of our other brands are single protein sources, and single protein sources are always more expensive to manufacture. So what we did is we came up with 4 recipes that have a mixed protein source, and we kept the line simple with only having 4 recipes, right? 3 of which, it's really kind of 3 because 2 of the recipes are the same protein mix. One's just formulated for large breed. So really, we only have 3 protein mixes, and all 3 are mixed, which are still great for animals, and it's very tasty for them. And it kind of keeps that price point under control so that we can give consumers and give our retail partners a much stronger option to kind of fight this trend of people shopping in the grocery store and, having their animals miss out on a really strong diet.
Yeah, so I love it. Okay, so awesome ingredients, phenomenal price point, and then less stool. So win. And then
Definitely.
so really, what are we like apples to apples? What are we looking at if our customers decided to choose out this brand, Petcurean Summit, over the grocery store brands? What are we looking at in a price differential between them?
So to Feed Summit, and I did this myself, literally myself, and shared it with my teammates. I did a really heavy analysis of feeding guidelines, price point, and I spread this out over, about a year for a 50-pound dog. And to Feed Summit over the average grocery brand, you're only looking about $5 more a month, right? And that incorporates a couple things. You're going to feed less. We have a frequent buyer program. So, you buy 12 bags, you get one free. The grocery store doesn't have that, right? And the diet is going to be better overall, right? You're probably going to see a significant difference in your animal from a health perspective, from performance. So again, it's only about $5 more a month to Feed Summit over the average grocery store. And I like to think that the consumer is going to realize that $5 in less labor, cleaning up less poop, or they'll probably be able to shed one of those nonsense vet visits that you have to go to once a year when you're feeding a bad diet. Whether it's something silly like a hot spot or a little ear infection, or how the paws get a little itchy, sore, maybe a little yeasty, and you go and you spend, I don't know, $30-$40 just on the visit, and another $30-$40-$50 on the medicine, your time, your labor of going there, you're looking at $100, right? You save that probably because you're going to lose that. And the most important thing is you're going to notice a difference in your animal. The animal's going to be happier, going to be a little more perky, going to be healthier, going to be more spunky. And, that's really what it's all about, right? It's bad enough they don't live long enough as it is, right? So here, we want to enjoy as much of that time as we can on a positive note, right? And a better diet will allow pet parents that ability to have that more positive, hopefully longer, life-lasting experience.
I love it. So, I mean, you're so knowledgeable. So, how did you even get into the pet industry?
So I was in sales for, quite some time. Started that shortly after I got out of the Marines many, many years ago. And I went through, a couple of customer service type jobs. And I met a gentleman that worked in the industry. We actually became friends. Our sons were in the same grade, and we happened to live in the same town. So we would kind of hang out here and there. And I was catching stories of him being in the pet industry and what he did. And kind of did some digging. Turned out that he wasn't all that great of a rep, right? Which, it happens. But I was able to dig around, and I saw an opening with a company that had, a long lineage in the pet industry. And I threw a Hail Mary and applied and went through a very rigorous process. And I was honorable enough that they chose me, and that was the end of 2013. And that was my first job in the pet industry. And I had a couple of great people that really taught me and groomed me, a lot of great retailers, because I knew nothing coming in other than, hey, this is dog food. I mean, I remember my first day going home and apologizing to my dogs because I had been feeding them a diet that wasn't very good out of sheer ignorance. And I realized, even though I consider myself, a fairly bright, educated, reasonable, common sense person, here I was feeding my dogs pretty much bad food and I didn't know it. So sometimes, that ignorance can be bliss, right? Hence why people got to come in and get educated. So yeah, I got groomed. I worked with some great people, and I kind of worked my way up through a couple different companies. And I'm a big, as life goes on and I get older, I've learned things happen for a reason. And here I landed with Petcurean. A great opportunity. I'm coming up my 3rd-year anniversary. This company, they have a great culture. They make a great product. They really care about their employees. They care about the company. They care about pets. They care about the environment. We're part of the Pet Sustainability Coalition. So it's all about kind of putting other things first other than, say, the bottom line. We're putting our pets first because, we're putting as much resources in that bag as we can. We're putting the planet second. We're trying to reduce as much waste as we can and kind comes third. And I've also always been a firm believer, if the company makes the right choices and does the right things, the profits will follow. And that's really been proved over the past 3 years of me being with this company. I've seen that finally come to fruition.
That's so awesome. And it doesn't feel like a job, right? It's like you're just there.
Honestly, I feel like 1.5 days out of 5, I feel like I'm working, and the other 4.5 days out of that 5, or 3.5 days out of that 5, I feel like, yeah, I'm here and I'm making a difference for animals, for dogs, cats, and for their pet parents.
Yes.
And
And that's what it's all about. And that's why we brought on Petcurean Summit, because that's what Mission Pet Supplies is all about. We focus on products that are better for the environment, better for the community, and better for your pet. So, guys, you have to get in here. So, I mean, if that wasn't enough information for you to be like, what? Like, there's an option that's super affordable, delicious for my pet. They're gonna eat it, and they've done a ton of different testing on palatability. They are also affordable, so it's tasty, it's affordable, it's good for them, and all of those three combined, it will also provide them awesome longevity, which is bottom line what we need anyway, right? So if you come into Mission Pet Supplies, we will give you one free 5-pound bag compliments of your friend at the bottom of the screen. He is giving you a free 5-pound bag for you to try it. So there's nothing to lose, right? And then when you come back in, this $39.99 bag, this big bag over here, is going to be waiting for you too. So it's a win-win-win. You got to come in, try one of these bags. We have this promotion going until August 1st or while supplies last. So he only gave me a certain number of 5-pound bags. So you got to get in here and grab up your bag. Real quick, explain we only have the 3 different formulas. We don't have the large breed yet. So tell us the proteins in the 3 different formulas that we have here.
so what you guys are looking at, and don't let me forget, Krystle, I want to show you a Petcurean baby who is an 8-year-old Corso when I'm done explaining, right?
Okay, good.
So we have our rotisserie chicken, which is a chicken recipe. We have our coastal grill, which is a chicken and salmon recipe. And then we have our farmstead feast, which is a pork and lamb recipe, which is chicken free, just in case, we have that issue, which I don't think we should. And I am a firm believer in protein rotating. So I would be all about, even if somebody wanted to stick with, I don't know, let's just say they settled on, the coastal grill because they like the combo of, that chicken and salmon. I would recommend every time they grab that large bag, they grab one of the other small bags and kind of mix or rotate that in, right? And that's okay because they're not going to lose out, because once they get, they bought their 12th small bag, they're going to get a 13th free. So that's all part of the loyalty program that we have. So they're not losing out on anything, and they're mixing it up for the pet.
That's so awesome. Well, I am so excited. And look at that baby. What are you,
This here
are you
is
driving him right now?
little bit is a 120-pound, 8-year-old kind of Corso who is a Petcurean baby. And we just had her at the vet the other day because she's a rescue. So we keep very tight tabs on her. And she had a thorough inspection from her orthopedic. And she got, knock on wood, a 100% clean bill of health from that ortho perspective, which is super important for a doggy of her size, especially of that age, right? She's still doing things like going on hikes, going on walks. She's still jumping bed even when we don't want her to. She's higher beds when we're at hotels, hanging out even if we don't want her to. So the point is, she is a very liberated dog. She's loose, she gets around, she travels well, she can do those things that we all want our pets to do. And I attribute a lot of that on the diet that we keep her on, which is right behind you.
That's wonderful. And I'm sorry, is her name Little Bit?
So her name's Little Bit. Like I said, we got her from a really, really bad case in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, when she was only 6. We got the entire litter, which was only 3 puppies. And how much did she weigh? She was only only 6 pounds up to like week 13 for a Corso. And at week 13, I believe a Corso puppy should be probably closer to 30 pounds. So she was severely underweight. And again, she was a foster. We were fostering her. We nicknamed her a little bit. We never had intended to keep her. And one day, and I don't even remember how many months later it was, we kind of looked at each other and we're like, a little bit stuck, even is she? And we both kind of said, no, I don't think so. So the name stuck. And then at about 2.5 or so, we woke up one morning and we looked at Little Bit and we're like, wow, Little Bit became a lot of Bit. But we just kept the name because it was cute and it had some heritage to it, some story. And so, yeah, the name stuck, and that's her official name.
I love it. So, a couple things then, Chuck. Thank you for your service, because I heard you were a Marine. Thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for adopting, because, I mean, we love adoptions. We actually have 2 rescues that we work with inside of here, but we work with a lot of different rescues. So thank you for choosing adoption as well. And thank you incredibly for being here today. This was a lot of information, super helpful. Thank you for also introducing us a little bit, because she's precious.
My honor. Thank you very much for having me. I'm looking forward to working with you guys. I'm looking forward to, giving your consumers, another option to get some of those people at the grocery store and kind of get educated, learn, and, get their pets on a stronger diet that will, improve their lives.
I'm so excited. Oh, and if your wife is behind your screen, hi, wife, as I heard her talking. She's probably like, I can't believe you're doing this technology thing right now.
And it is. I mean, even I am. Probably got a little sweat going on.
We can't see it. If it's like pit sweat or something, we can't see it. So it's okay. All right, friends. So you can go on missionpetsupplies.com, and all 3 of these formulations and both sizes are on there. If you would like to try a free 5-pound bag of Petcurean Summit, please come into Mission Pet Supplies at 1632 Main Street in Whiteford. We appreciate each and every one of you. I am going to get going. Chuck, I so appreciate you being here today.
Very welcome. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And guys, we will see you tonight at the Mason Dixon Fair. We have a parade at 3 o'clock right on Main Street. But otherwise, we will see you from 5 to 10 at the Mason Dixon Fair at the Delta. There, it's in Delta, but it's in the Mason Dixon Fairgrounds. So we will see you guys soon, and come on in to grab your free bag. Thank you again, Chuck, and we will see you guys later.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.